And rolling!
Okay, I think we're good to go.
Alright, people.
Hey guys! And girls.
Okay, so this is a bit of a stretch for me.
So after our group session tonight, our group leader, Marco, he said that...
Actually, we kind of decided that we are gonna do some kind of...
Like a live streaming kind of thing to help us process stuff and
to kind of let our friends and the people in our lives weigh in on what we're thinking to help steer our thoughts and ideas.
So Marco challenged us to do 3 questions and we need to answer or talk about them. Yeah, Iggy, it's really cool. I see you. #cool.
Do you see God in your story?
I think God is in my story because
I know God is in my story, but that's not the story I tell the world. Especially when I'm back home and things are not quite the way I portray them to be.
The thing is, I used to see more of myself in my story than I actually saw God.
I like to appear pretty glamorous, sophisticated. Not poor. Definitely not poor.
Jock. Okay. Thanks, David. Player. Wow. Thanks, Elizabeth, for your honesty. Thanks, Lila, whom I don't really know.
I don't really have much of a story. I'm not very social. I'm more like a computer geek. Gamer, basically.
I guess the picture I've painted for others is a perfect story of a girl that is flawless, confident.
Thanks, Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Okay, that's not nice.
Top achiever that never makes a mistake and whose parents should be proud of her.
Honestly, I never thought too much about my story or if God is in it before this weekend because I've mostly felt that God doesn't see me or hear my questions.
My mother doesn't seem to like me. I'm just never good enough. Never up to standard.
Okay, so for the first time I felt like God is speaking to me in a way that I can understand. You know, like in game terms. So anyway, I hope this makes sense.
To be honest, I really didn't see God in my story because the reality is, sure, this is really difficult. My real life is really hard. It's really tough back home. God has been there all along, but I guess I was more focused on getting likes for the life I'd like to live than I was on telling the truth about my life.
So I love League of Legends. And like, if you know what I'm talking about, it's like God chose me as his champion. So what I mean is, he's giving me certain abilities and talents, and it's unique. Nobody else has this exact same makeup as I do. Okay, and he's placed me in his game to win ground for his kingdom.
I think one of the biggest things about the way God sees me that was a total game changer in my life is the fact that he sees me as his son. Because my own father was never really a good father figure, and it didn't really feel like he wanted me as his son. So just to feel that acceptance, you know.
How God sees me and my story actually became clear to me for the first time tonight. Somebody gave me the scripture in Psalm 139 and it says, I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. And when I read that, I actually just started crying because I've never been able to say that about myself. And I realized that everything I've been doing to try and look more beautiful and rich and fancy, all of that is actually like saying, God, what you did here it's not good enough.
Okay, so the second question is, who are the people that influence your faith story?
So for me, it's still hard for me to open up to others and talk about my faith. But my group has been really supportive.
In my life, it has been Malcolm, our group leader. a huge inspiration. Shout out for you, Marco, my mom, and my grandmom, and some of my awesome friends who have carried me throughout a really tough year.
Wow, this weekend has really taught me how other people can actually have an influence on your relationship with God. Even just spending time with Christians, like to me. I can't believe I thought she was shallow.
I've never really thought about letting people help me grow, but when Jerome spoke to me yesterday about my obsession with my appearance, and well, it was an eye-opener for me. There were so many friends who encouraged me this weekend.